Hope you're doing well today. This is going to be a message for birth mothers. If you're pregnant and you may be in a financially dire situation where you're like, I want to keep my baby, but this place reached out to me and they're offering me, they're going to give me free housing and take care of me and put my baby up for adoption, and you might be believing that this is the best thing you're going to do for your baby. And I'm here to tell you, as an adoptee, an infant adoptee that was taken from my biological mother, who actually wanted to keep me, and my white adoptive parents fought in the court, and obviously they won. My adopted mother was a lawyer. This is just the reality of the situation. They obviously won custody of me, gained legal rights, and I was not allowed to meet my biological mother for 18 years legally, and ultimately it was 21 years. And I just want to make a very cautious warning to you that adoption should absolutely be the last resort. Yes, if you do not want to care for your baby and you want the best for that baby, to put it up for adoption, especially if you do not want to parent your baby. Don't be a parent that has kids and just neglects them and abuses them. That's obviously also really horrible. But adoption, you need to be educated on the 7 core issues of adoption and permanency, maternal separation, the lifelong grief that you as a mother will experience. There is many birth mothers speaking out about their experience. A great book is called Relinquished by Gretchen Sisson. It's real lived experiences of birth mothers that gave up their babies for adoption, thinking it was the best thing to do for them. And if this is just a financial reason, and there's some sort of maternity home or adoptive agency reaching out to you and convincing you that it's the best thing to do for your kid, I'm just here to tell you that it's not, and don't do it. Fight for your kid and listen to other birth parents. This is if you want to keep your baby. I mean, the reason why I'm thinking of this is I'm reading this book right now, and it's just Georgia Tan's methods of taking babies from pregnant mothers and even just young kids. She would have these tactics that are still used today. They're predatory and kind of, what's it called when you groom people? She would make it seem like she had the best interest of taking care of the kid, and she would steal them and sell them to wealthy white families. So it was all about money. And if you don't know the reality of the history, you need to do research on the history of the adoption industry. You need to realize the history is being repeated. Georgia Tan and her tactics of this whole for-profit industry is not for your best interest, and it's not for your baby's best interest. It's not. They're not going to teach you the lifelong trauma that goes along with it. And I just want to make it clear that it's not in your best interest. The best interest for any child is to be with their biological family. If they cannot be with their biological family, it's like a target. It should go out in onion peels. The last peel should be adoption. If you cannot take care of your biological child, it should go to the next in your family tree. You should try to keep the baby in a family tree, in a community that looks like them. And the last thing should be strangers that look nothing like you, have no racial identity, have no connection to your family tree, do not want to have you in your family tree, legally severing you from all of your family, and have no interest in getting you back connected to your family. So it should go biological family, either one of the biological parents, biological grandparents, brother, sister, friends, neighbors, whatever, who is ever connected to your family tree, and you can be raised around people that you are blood related to. Obviously, if you're raised in an evil family, you had a kid and you were raped and you really just cannot stand the sight of your child, that's a whole different situation that you got to figure out if you want to keep that baby or not, especially with all the abortion laws. Do your research. Read the 7 core issues of adoption and permanency. Read Relinquished. Read the history on the adoption industry. Be fully informed before you make a decision that can be permanently life-changing. I'm just saying, make an informed, educated decision before just saying, oh, I trust these people, they're giving me housing, I'm in a desperate situation. It's predatory, and they do not have your best interests in their mind at all. And I really hope this helps. I'm not trying to ruin anybody's beautiful adoption experience. I'm just trying to maybe save a couple families, save a child from lifelong grief and the adoption fog and everything I went through, and the suicide risk of being an adoptee, and so much other stuff that comes along with it that people do not realize. But if you are a mother in a desperate situation and you want to keep your baby, try to get the finances, create a GoFundMe. There's adoptive parents making GoFundMe pages asking for $10,000, $20,000 to adopt your baby. Why don't you make a GoFundMe to keep your baby? That, honestly, I don't know why that's more popular, because having a GoFundMe for adopting your baby is telling me that you don't have the resources to adopt that baby, which is just weird. You're trying to take somebody else's baby and call it beautiful, and there's a very thin line between adoption and trafficking. People get really offended when they hear that, but do your own research. I hope that families can stick together and be more educated on maternal separation, 7 core issues of adoption and permanency, the history of the adoption industry. Hope you have a good day. I'm going to enjoy my day. Hope you enjoy yours.